Hello everybody and welcome to this first look video of the Universim. What would you do with the power? This is a really interesting mixture of kind of like a god game, a simulator, and a city builder game, and I'm big into city builder games. I've played a little bit of this already, and I can already tell this is really up my alley, so I thought I'd show you guys what the game is all about. As you can see here, we're in an alpha version, so there's a lot of patching to be done and everything, but I thought it's in a good enough state that I'd love to show it off. So let's start a new life. By the way, I'm gonna leave a second of this loading screen in. This is gorgeous. I think it said something with like CryEngine at the beginning or something. That music too is just incredible. I'll skip ahead through the loading screen for you now though. Alright, so we can pick whether or not we want to play with tutorials on. I'm going to say yes because it'll help guide us through the early days. So here we go. So we can control the map and everything. Shift, yeah, WASD. Just basic old stuff to move around. It just wants to scroll and everything. So, place the evolution tower. So this is how we start the game. So it recommends it's near water and they have access to wood and stone. Ensure the nuggets have an easy access to harvest the important construction supplies. So nuggets are what we call our species. So we need to pick where we want it, we want the center of our civilization. Well, there's a lot of food over here. We have stone, we have trees. I'm kind of feeling right here. There, that's where our evolution tower is. It's basically our city center. Holding a right click here and panning around. Save the game, new. Oh, that wasn't in last time I played, I think. Okay. Yep, so we can build an archive structure and use it to save the game. I don't remember if that was in. All right, so we can now do things at the evolution tower. That's basically a technology. You can see here, evolution tower. Blue perks are evolutionary perks. Makes you advance through the ages, so this would be like new technology. Yellow perks are mortal perks. Yeah, they refresh constantly so we can stack them to make them better and better at something. I believe an early example in the game is making them be able to eat more and more toxic food or rotten food and contaminated water without getting sick. So basically building up their immune system. Green are rare. Enormously helpful, but rare. Good idea to keep an eye out for them, as they'll have a bigger impact on your civilization. And ultra rare. Cream of the crop. Come at a hefty cost. Should research them, and they'll benefit your civilization greatly. Alright. So you can see we already have some nuggets walking around right now. And they're starting to cut trees. They're gathering supplies and everything on their own. So this is why I say it's a little bit of a simulation too, is they kind of do their own thing, and you pick how involved you want to get to some degree. Like, they're going to start building their own houses sometime soon. And while we're doing this tutorial, I'm going to have some research going real quick. I want them researching primitive tools. No, I want them doing primitive waterworks so that they get the water well, the water pump, and the water reservoir. So we're researching that right now. You can see there's a progress bar, and it only takes 30 seconds. It's very early game tech. So they're researching how to store water and harvest water. Research can be dangerous. They need to go through a phase where they think strapping palm leaves to their arms will allow them to fly. I love this. It's got some personality to it, which I really like. And it's teaching us the construction menu now. Construction menu is down here, where we can start to construct things. So, it appears the primitive waterworks research is finished and currently taking effect. So we can go ahead and tell them they can make a water pump. Essential tool for delivering water to your civilization. It was entertaining watching nuggets run back and forth between the lake and the epicenter with water cupped in their hands. But such things do get tiresome. Water pumps can only be placed beside freshwater lakes. So I'm going to go ahead and tell them that, hey, maybe a freshwater pump is a good idea. Although I believe I can't right now because this is in my way. It's just telling them that, hey, they're going to start building houses on their own as they need it. They'll automatically construct huts when required. As we advance through the ages, the huts will start to hold more. And you can see right over here, they're already working on a stone hut right now. So they're getting their first home together. Every nugget is unique and possesses their own vital needs. Yes. So, got to take care of all of them. Tooltips, you can figure out what you need hovering over. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our first water pump. Water pump placement can only be built on shores. Source hold a finite amount of water, which means the reservoir can be depleted over time. A water pump's panel displays information important information regarding the current supply and demand of the epicenter. Okay, so we'll go ahead and where do I want this exact? Well, it wants it right there. All right, I guess we'll do right there if that's where it wants it. Water usage. Every building in the game uses water in varying amounts. A number of buildings have their own water storage area in case of supply shortages. Good. Okay, so that got instantly built there. It looks like it's not something they need to go and build. And they have their own water reservoir now. Sorry, I'm still getting used to how to pan the camera in this. It feels a little strange. Stone Hut can't operate without water. That's fine, they have the water now. Let's get them a water reservoir as well and get them researching primitive tools. Might increase by 1, nugget accessories, engineer's hut. Okay, they're researching that now. And we are going to be getting them... I want a reservoir. This is where they can hold their water. Handy when you generate more water than your civilization is able to use. Be careful though, water stored in the reservoir is affected by current climate. It can freeze or evaporate. Okay. I'm gonna put it right here because it's pretty close. I would imagine it's easy to move over. I don't know if they're connected in any way by default, but we'll just see. We're gonna be experimenting a little bit. And that gets instantly built as well. You can see we're getting a lot more water than we're using right now, so it's filling up very quickly. So we have our own water reservoir started. We're almost done primitive tools. Is there anything else we can make right now? We can make an archive. Okay, we'll have an archive started up there. That's where we can save the game. You can see that looks like more nuggets are being made. An epicenter, we can make a well. Need water to survive, offers a convenient way of bringing water sources close to your workers. Wells are automatically filled by water pumps. The farther away that, you place a well from a water pump, the more resources it'll cost to build. Okay. Well, I don't really have a great spot for a well right now, but I'm gonna put one right here and we'll just see how that goes. So people have better water access now. So we're done researching primitive tools. We've unlocked a lot of new techs. So we see there's a yellow one here so we can research over and over. It takes 8 minutes real time, but corpse disease resistance goes up and bad drinking water disease resistance goes up, and we can stack that. We can learn fishing, local business, and cooking. I'm going to learn local business first for recreation. Yeah, because that'll give them happiness and we don't want anyone falling into a depression. Archive is complete, so we can assign an archivist, which I'm not entirely sure what they do other than saving. We can even set up when they autosave, which is really fascinating. But right now, everybody is a laborer. You can see 2 are dating, 2 are going to construction. Oh no, they're gathering resources now. So we can assign somebody if we'd like to. How are we on food and everything? We're okay on food. We've got food down there, we've got water. They have tied the knot. You can look forward to their hour-long honeymoon before getting back to work. So we know that 2 of the people have tied the knot and hopefully are going to produce some babies because we could really use a bigger population. 4 people is not much for this little camp we've thrown together. And the stone hut holds 2 people and they already have a child. Good. So when the child's of working age, they'll, you know, get to work. So an important thing that we want to get is, do we have the tech for it? Engineers. So you might notice, we'll put it over here, I guess? Yeah, that's fine. I should probably be rotating buildings to make them look nicer. You'll notice that these buildings do decay over time. This is like its health. We need an engineer walking around and repairing this stuff. Stone hut, receive final resources. Okay, they built another stone hut, nice. So they've got more housing for continued expansion. We're going to have an engineer assigned to this. All right, you can prioritize. Or I can tell to prioritize where if people are busy with other things, some of them might decide, okay, let's go do that one first. I have a sudden inclination to go do that first. So we're going to get some engineers. Probably just 1 engineer is good for the small place, and they'll just walk around making sure that the buildings aren't falling apart. Which is important, because we don't want things to fall apart. And I believe they become less efficient over time as they get damaged, so it's good to keep them in good repair for multiple reasons. Water reservoir is doing awesome. It's more than halfway full. It'll definitely fill up just fine. Temperature is Is it at where my cursor is? Yeah, it changes where my cursor is. But the temperature up there is hovering around 30 Celsius, which for where I live in Canada, that's pretty rough. That's like summertime weather. I don't like that. I like it colder. You can see they're just kind of leaving resources around. Or are those raw stone? No, that looks harvested to me, that one. All right. They've finished that. Let's get, by age, hunger, thirst, health, stamina, might, and happiness. Let's have one of the mighty ones be a engineer. Going into engineer's hut, presumably to get supplies? Doing nothing. Okay, well, at some point they're going to start walking around and repairing stuff. Looks like we have more nuggets being made. Good. What are you doing? You can rename people, by the way, I think. I cannot rename people. I'm stupid. You say he's flashing in and out? I think this is actually a glitch, likely because we're early in alpha. Normally, they're colored. They have, like, color to what they're wearing and everything. Like, I think he actually does walk... Oh, no, it bleeds in and out. I'm going to chalk that one up to a glitch. Like, that lady has, like, color to her. But again, this is early alpha right now. No, she's flickering in and out now, too. You can see she's got some color. If I click on her, will it go away? Yep. Weird. Okay, that wasn't happening last time I played, but not really the biggest deal in the world. I'm sure that'll get patched out soon. We are a minute left on recreation. Then we can get a local business, which will increase the happiness of people. After that, I'm thinking a fishing hut, so we can start getting more reliable food. So we do have like god powers down here of influence, wrath, protection, and creation. Influence right here. Dev note currently only repairs structures. Okay, it's to heal. So god powers, I believe we'll unlock more of those later, because right now we just have building repair. We can also speed up the game. So we're going to speed up the game right there like that. You can use the 1 through 3 keys for that? No, I don't remember what the keys were for that, but I found them at some point. So we're going to speed things up here. There we go. So that we can keep things going. You're thirsty, but you're getting water right now. You're an engineer. Going to the engineer's hut. Okay. Recreation has finished. Okay. Pause for a moment so we're not wasting time. Ooh, agriculture's tempting. With fishing, I don't believe we need many people doing it, so let's learn fishing next. And unpause. What is this? It's like an alarm picture. Apparently I can't click it right now. So we got a population of 5 so far. 5 adults, that is, and 1 child. Okay. Elu was going around and repairing some stuff, so we actually can do that now. And let's go ahead and get ourselves a local business. I feel like that would be valuable. I want it right here? Yeah, right there. What button is it to rotate? I want to rotate the business. None of the usual buttons it is for games we're working. I tried click dragging and a few different things. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Alright, so we're going to have happiness once that's done, or at least a way of continuing to make people happy, which is nice. We've got a passable amount of stone, but not a whole lot of wood. Again, they gathered that on their own. Brand new nugget! Okay, so we got another kid. Yeah, we got 3 kids now in the village. So we got a population of 8 total. Oh, one of them just grew up, becoming the dumbest thing I have ever done. Becoming adult is the dumbest thing I've ever done. That's great. Needs a little bit more stone, so they're running back and forth trying to get resources to it at the moment. We're halfway done fishing because we've sped up the game, which is honestly something I should have remembered to do earlier. And you can see little glimpses of a lot of things that aren't in the game yet. Planet's oxygen level coming soon. Oil level coming soon. Gas level coming soon. Fall has begun. Gravity, do your thing. Again, I really like the personality of this game. And just surfing around the planet and everything, I can zoom out. Like, some real effort was put into this, and I really like the feel of it. Nugget reports that lizard candy is fully operational. Is that what they've named the business? I guess so. Yeah, so that's a place where one person go in at a time and just become happier. So that's very valuable to us right now. Because if somebody runs out of happiness, they start becoming suicidal, they're not going to work, they're going to be really upset. So I want to nip that in the bud, make sure that doesn't become an issue. We still have plenty of raw food, although we have no one making prepared dishes. We can research that. I believe cooking is a research for that. Yeah, we can learn cooking to make prepared meals. I'm sure it would fill people better and make them happier if they were eating prepared meals, although we do need to dedicate chefs for that. Any second now. There we go. Fishing is done. So we have agriculture, cooking, and storage areas where we can store things that we gather so they don't need to grab it raw every time, which would probably be a really wise decision. At the same time, I want cooking. Yeah. In fact, nugget hunger goes down and we have an eatery. Let's get that, and we are going to get a fishing hut. Or a fishing pier, rather. A wharf, if you will. So I think it snaps to position in a spot where you can have it. Like, it's thinking right there. Well, that's where it's thinking. I'll put it there. It's a little bit farther away than the rest of the village, but that's fine. They'll naturally start to expand out. Right now, we got 2 stone huts. Looks like the engineer is going well. Might actually need another engineer soon. New nugget? Became an adult? Okay, we actually have a few now. Let's get 2 of them as that. So we've got 2 engineers, and the other 6 are all laborers. So we've got 2 people walking around and making sure that everything's in good repair. That's totally fine with me. And we don't need to assign anyone to anything else except for the archive. Now, I don't believe having someone assigned to archive will make us research faster, although that'd be nice. Let's have someone with low might. There we go. We'll say this as first look. Do I have caps lock on? Apparently I do. First look. We'll save that. There we go. We got our save. We can also turn the building off and on with that little power button. So this is interesting, just a game that advances through the ages all the way from like the Stone Age. It's really fascinating, and I think there's a lot to explore in this. There's a lot that I haven't explored in this yet. And I'm also excited for tomorrow's video, which will be a look at a game a lot like this, but more mythological and your goblins and stuff. But it has somewhat of a similar appeal. I'll be showing that to you tomorrow. But I think we should go for another 12 minutes about. I want to go for about half an hour. It show you the first half an hour of the game. Supporters. Apparently people are supportive of the idea of a fishing wharf, or a fishing pier rather. It's almost as if the people have public support for food variety and not starving to death. Who'da thunk it? Are they building another house yet? Not yet, surprisingly enough. Water reservoir is perfectly full. That's good. Water pump is doing great. We have lots of natural water going for amusement, so people are actually going and using that. Citizen of Mother Planet. And people don't have last names yet, looks like. And I can star people so I can quickly find them in sorting. Got a spouse, number of kids, none. Get some kids. Formed a family, cool. And everybody in the population is an adult right now. Okay. Every power you use requires creator power points. These slowly refill over time, so use them wisely. Okay, top left there. This is your civilization's age. Number indicates how long your civilization has been around in years, I would assume. Is different from the planet's season cycle, but matches the speed at which your nuggets age. Interesting. So our civilization has existed for 21 years, and seasons, individual seasons, last multiple years in this world. Good to know. Are they building a house over there? Stone hut. Okay, they've got another stone hut going up. The fishing pier is complete. I definitely want to assign somebody to being a fisherman. So you. There we go. We now have somebody dedicated to fishing to make sure that food is okay. And we're almost done learning cooking. Then we'll get an eatery. We'll have someone dedicated to making prepared meals for everybody. And we've actually got a little bit of a civilization going on at that point. There we go. Just making sure we're going full speed, because it looked like it was actually going a little bit slower there. Maybe a bug? I don't know. And we'll research storage areas next. So we got that going. So eatery, it's got a little button that flashes when we got a new thing there. We can get an eatery. Have the eatery by the entertainment place, maybe? God, I really wish I knew how to rotate buildings. I'm sure it told me earlier, and I missed it because I'm quite dumb. Oh, here we go. It's Q and E. Okay, figured it out. Have one in there. See, my worry is when I build these things, I feel like I'm making kind of like an enclosed area. Like it looks very standoffish, isn't weird, but as things naturally build outwards, it's going to look weirder and weirder doing that. We'll see how it turns out, though. So is that person unhappy? Reasonably. Are you not well rested? Is this a problem? I think that's your energy. Oh, they're resting now. Okay. How effective they are doing physical tasks affects how quickly they can construct or destroy things in the world. Performing certain tasks can increase a nugget's might over time. An offspring inherits a portion of their parents' total might. Interesting. Okay, so it is a smart idea then to assign things like being a chef or a fisherman to people with less strength. Good to know. Okay, we got somebody dedicated to saving there. That's good. So I can manually put in an autosave time. Let's do every 30 minutes. Actually, is 30 already on this list? Yeah, 30's already on the list. There we go. An autosave every 30 minutes seems fine. Lake has frozen over, so we cannot get any seafood. And it looks like our water reservoir might be frozen. No, it's still flowing, but it'll probably start to freeze. We do have a well, which I believe they can continue to get water from. At least I hope. And we're getting more children. Sweet. We need that. I want to make sure that the population's always rising at a steady rate, but not too fast, because I want to make sure that food is never a problem. And it looks like wood is actually something we're low on. We're always lower on wood than we are stone. I think it's because we use more wood than stone. I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually burning wood to get heating in their huts. That's probably part of what's using it. I like how it's like I'm looking through a lens where it's got like condensation and water can trickle down it and everything, because I'm up in the clouds right now. It's such a cool touch. Again, this game's got like a lot of those little things that add together to really give it atmosphere, and I really appreciate that in the game. And we can assign a cook. There we go. We have someone working the eatery now. So somebody works there. Perfect. We're making prepared meals for people. We're almost done our storage yard research. We're a minute left on it, which is, of course, less than a real-time minute because we are on a higher speed. You can see by the fast-forward thing glowing. We're 27 years into the game. You're 27 years old. So you're one of my default original people. Actually, no, that would make sense because they'd have to be a baby. They're probably someone who was born at the beginning of the game then. Because I don't think people start at age 0. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Alright, research done. Let's get agriculture. And let's go ahead and build ourselves a warehouse. Might even want to make multiple. So that's quite large, actually. I'm guessing we're going to start building up here later, so a storage yard here wouldn't be too far away from everything. Actually, I should probably have it closer to the wood. In fact, I could just have it, like, right in there. You know what? We're going to have it right in there. They got to tear down a bunch of trees to do it, but it'll be fine. There we go. Okay, they're going to start working on a storage yard, so we can start storing things. Left childhood behind them. Okay, another adult. Good. That's more laborers for us. And food is becoming a little bit of an issue. Although we have 2 prepared meals now. Oh, that was an autosave? That was an autosave. So number on the right is prepared dishes. Yeah. They keep you fuller for a longer time than raw food. Yeah. Sweet. So we've got somebody cooking. We have people going over there and eating. That's good. I'm happy that we have that set up. Locked. I'm guessing I need to like upgrade this technology or something so that I could have more people cooking at a time. So what is this? Raw food in eatery is inaccessible by ordinary nuggets. Needs to be cooked before use. Total number of prepared dishes. And beverages are only available at special buildings such as the eatery. They reduce the nuggets' thirst decay speed by half. Okay, so if they have prepared drinks, they get thirsty less often. So I feel like the eatery is probably really vital to keeping a large civilization alive, so you can more efficiently use food and water. Races with their presence, about time. New nugget adults. Okay, population's rising. Good. Looks like water is working right now. Good. It's not oh no. Is it frozen? You'd think it'd be frozen, but it's not. I guess the reservoir keeps things from freezing directly at 0 Celsius. Is the game speed still going? Yeah, it's still going at the fast speed. Okay. Just making sure that I haven't done anything to mess with it. So is it just if I pause it and unpause it? No, that doesn't do it. Okay, I don't know what caused it to go slower before or if I'm just insane. What do I need to make this? Not a whole lot of resources. I'm just going to click to prioritize that. Although I'm sure all the laborers are working on it by default since it's the only building that I've manually told them to work on. I'm actually surprised that they haven't started on more... What is this? Raspberries? Interesting. I'm surprised they haven't started on more stone huts. I've only got 4 stone huts right now. Each one carries 2 adults, and I think up to 3 children max. And we got a population of 13, so some people are homeless. There we go, the warehouse is done. Looks like we don't need to assign anyone there. So I can click buttons here. Oh, it's whether or not I want them to collect certain resources. Okay, well, for now, they can collect any resource they want and put it in the storehouse. So hopefully this will mean that they start stockpiling resources better. Because it says we have a lot of stone and a lot of wood, but I'm pretty sure it's like scattered all over the ground. Agricultural research is done. So we can now get traditional healing. Coming down with a cold can be a pretty terrible thing, but a visit to the witch doctor may or may not even make it worse. Yeah. Do forecasting. Interesting. Identify weather patterns. Predicting when misfortune is going to strike. Like an angry bear charging is typically reserved for those of good hearing. So this will give us, okay, so the all things considered, Nuggets have also decided a bunker to hide in would be a good thing. Yeah. So this will give them a forecast tower, which will presumably tell us what they think the forecast will be. And a bunker, so they have somewhere to hide in case things get bad. Also, ancient burial for a cemetery and a funeral pyre to help keep corpses from spreading disease. It'd probably make them happier too, burying their dead. Let's give them do forecasting because I want that bunker. I want that as my highest priority right now. Because I don't know when threats are going to show up, and I'd like a bunker sooner rather than later so that they do have a place to hide. And it looks like the laborers are just running around carrying goods to the stockpile right now in the warehouse, which is good. I want it all in one centralized place, so they're not running all over the place trying to get every little resource. So I'm really happy that that's what the laborers are working on right now. We have plenty of resources. It's all a logistics issue of getting it to the right place. Food is actually getting a little bit scary right now. Okay, we do have somebody fishing now. Apparently they're fishing on a frozen lake right now, but I guess it's warm enough. Yeah, it's technically warm enough that they can go out and fish. So we do have some more raw food coming in to cook. Because I've been a little bit concerned about that. I hope that we have laborers gathering a decent amount of raspberries right now. Because I'm worried about food because our population keeps going up. Water usage is higher than our water amount generated. Just slightly, yeah. We could always get another water pump. Right now will be good for a little while, so it's possible we're about to stumble upon technology that makes that more efficient. Or even like a job somebody could do to make it more efficient. I'd really like to have a second person fishing in this. But unfortunately, that is locked currently, so we can only have one person fishing. So I hope they do a good job. Okay, food is going up now. Looks like the laborers are probably bringing food into the stockpile or something. So what's going on over here? I saw these things just popped up. Is this some kind of decoration? Looks like these might be some primitive tools. Like this might be, looks like they cook here maybe. So they're actually kind of beautifying the place, which is interesting. They're making it look more and more like they're starting up a proper hamlet. Oh, someone's injured. Nasty fall. Yeah. Nasty injury while falling. So you're injured. We need to get somebody, like a witch doctor, that can actually medically treat you. Okay, so there's our incentive to finally get that going, so that we can treat the wounded. So there are random events that can hurt us. More than copious amounts of manual labor. Awesome. So we don't need to resort to child labor. That would be fun, wouldn't it? By drinking, getting rest. Okay, we got plenty of food in here. Good. Just making sure that our food supply is good. And we're just past the 30-minute mark, so let's wait until dew forecasting is done. We'll go a little bit farther because I'm really kind of getting into this. Let me know in the comments section, by the way, if you want a playthrough of this and whether you'd prefer it to be locally recorded or if you want me to live stream this, because either way, I'd really love to do it. Like, I'm having a lot of fun playing this, and I'd love to follow the development of this. It's got a good feel to it, you know? We can just continue from this save file if people want me to. Because you've already seen everything up to this point, although I have every building facing the same direction. Except for the stone huts, because I don't choose to build those. That's what the villagers do on their own. Okay, we're about to finish dew forecasting. And I'd really love to see how those buildings work. Any second now, come on. Here we go, and let's get traditional healing started. Okay, a bunker. I want a bunker right in the middle of town here. Ooh, it's really finicky about where you can and can't place things. I think it's so they don't mess up pathfinding, maybe. So we got that going. And what else is here? Farm, right? We never ended up building a farm. We should, because food is a little bit of a problem. We'll have a farm out here, because that needs a lot of room. And a forecasting tower. Right there. So what does it say for the description of these? Where was that? Forecasting tower. Only a matter of time before they realize that they can monitor temperature shifts and weather patterns on the planet instead of always having to carry an umbrella around as a precaution. They'll soon discover seasons, which will give you information on what to expect in the coming months. That's interesting. I don't know how much I can use that information early. I imagine it's one of those things that'll probably become more important as the game develops more. But I am interested to see the early use of that. New nugget, okay. God, everything, like, even the sound effects are really cool. Disaster strikes running from the hills almost never works. On one hand, the nuggets don't run fast enough. On the other, high ground increases one's chance of being struck by lightning. Bunkers are your best bet. They provide nearby shelter in times of disaster. Build for a brighter future underground. That's a Fallout reference. I like that. And farm allows your civilization to become more self-sufficient and rely less on scavenging food from the land. Random bear attacks and reckless taste testings of strange and potentially deadly plants may soon become a thing of the past. Farms are made up of farm plots which can be used to grow crops for your people. You know, reading those makes me think I would love to, like, voice act tutorials one day. That would be fun. Just little things like that. Like, you could have, like, a little eye informational button on the side, and you could click the eye, and a voiceover would read it to you or something. You know, like tech quotes from Civilization games. That'd be fun. I'd love to get into that someday. I actually sent in, for Caveman to Cosmos, a really fun mod for Civilization 4. I sent in some tech quotes once, but the creator didn't like my voice that much, so I didn't get in, which is a shame. Said I needed to sound more like Barry White, which is hilarious to me. No one sounds like Barry White but Barry White. I wish I could sound that good. But now that my own depression is over with, we have a stone hut being built. It's already got the resources required. Just needs to actually get built. We have the farm, it's got the resources, someone's already working on building it, the forecasting tower's got the resources. See, ever since we got that warehouse and everything's been centralized, we've been able to get the resources to the buildings a lot faster. It really helped us. Again, it's just a logistics thing of, we have the stuff, we just need to get it to where it needs to be. Okay, bunker just finished, we don't need to assign anyone there. How many nuggets can drink from and refill? Okay, so that's interesting. So they're bringing resources to the bunker, so we have a stockpile in there so they can, you know, hold out from a storm or something. That's useful. Okay. How many engineers can we have? We can only have 2? Okay, just wanted to make sure that we have enough engineers considering we do have a lot of buildings now. Okay, here we go. Farm UI overview. This is totally new to me. Farms have 3 worker slots for the assignment of farmers. Oh, we have a tech that just finished. I'll take care of that in a moment. Sorry, I'm getting really caught up playing this. This is fun. Hospital. Yeah, just get a hospital up there. Okay, these nuggets will take care of all the planting, watering, and harvesting activities depending on their appearance. They may even double scarecrows. Farms, unlike most buildings, they don't require water to function. Interesting, so I guess we're not working with irrigation yet. Maybe that'll come later in the game. Water is only needed when it comes to planting crops. The amount of water needed depends on the type of crop you plant. Makes sense, lettuce needs more than potato. When selecting a new crop to be planted, you must first consider the type of biome the farm is situated in. Okay, we're in a grassland. Every crop has its own climate preferences. Some grow faster in grassland regions, while others flourish in the desert. You can still plant and grow crops that aren't suited to the current biome, but the growth times and water requirements might be far higher and the food output far lower. I like that. Farming away. Okay, this is actually so fascinating to me. Farms have 2 local storage areas. One is used for food and the second is used for herbs. They'll fill up as your workers harvest these resources. Should they become full, farmers will cease planting new crops until storage areas clear out a bit. Interesting. Oh my god, there's so much to this. Only one crop can be growing at a farm at a time. Okay, so the whole farm is dedicated to it. Select a new crop to plant it. Certain crops. Sorry, I'm trying to shorten it a little bit for you so people actually watch this video. Don't want to go on for 4 hours. Change crops. Okay. Oh, we got like a sandstorm going on here. Oh my god. 3 cycles. Oh my god. Let's slow down the game a little. Regular speed. Got like a sandstorm going. Good thing we got the tower to predict that. Oh no, we don't have anyone as a weatherman. Labor, there you go. You're a weather person now. Temperature, biomes coming soon. Okay. At least we have someone working it now. These are all partially filled, biome preferred method. Okay, what? First of all, assign somebody so we have a farmer. Choose a crop. So it's amount of food to receive, water required, and growth speed. Okay, well, I want something that is good in the grassland because that's where we are. There's also mountain desert. My screen just went totally black. Hope that doesn't come out on recording. I think my monitor is a little messed up. There we go, we're good. So this grows quickly, doesn't require much water. Guess this is a decent amount. Actually, it's a little bit low. But food is a problem right now. Let's just do this, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so they'll get started on that when they can. They're building a hospital. They're probably hiding in the bunker right now. Where's the bunker? It's hard to see. Oh no, they're still walking around, some of them. And we have a bunker just ready. It doesn't have any food in it, though. Okay. Okay. But we're going to pause it here. Well, we'll have a nice shot like this. That'll be good for the thumbnail. All right. If you enjoyed watching me play this, then I'd love to play more of it. Let me know if you want to see me play more of it. I'll have a link in the description to the Steam store page if you'd like to see it for some more or buy it. And I'll have a game sessions page in the description if you'd like to demo the game on game sessions before you play. It's a website that lets you work within Steam's refund policy to demo a game before you play it to make sure that it works okay and everything. And if you want to buy the game, then you can demo it for, I believe it's 1 to 2 hours depending on the game. And if you want to buy it, you get to keep all of your progress and everything. They work together with Steam. It's an affiliate link, so I get commission for transparency if you use it. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.